Hello everyone, Kitty Foss here, your storytelling astrologist, reader of the stars for July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We've come off a very busy June, very much about aligning interesting messages in the last week, just for today, the courage of changing, the fire in the hole, and then this escalator, this knowing that last piece before you go over the hump. What are you going to see? July's the hump, and July is a very busy month. July is about being able to manifest what it is we wish to see, but really being quite clear what that is for ourselves, for nurturing ourselves, for stepping into that energy. And so let's get into this first few days. I myself am very tired. I've talked to a lot of people where we just feel a heaviness, a need to sleep, a need to connect. And that really is the beginning of this July energy. So we start with the first. We start with that Virgo moon that we have that took all those little pieces and put them together. The energy of the 1st of July is a time for internal recalibration. In the first 4 days of July, really interesting, out of the 96 hours, little over 39 hours the moon will spend in void of course. That's an incredible amount of time. We had a really long 43-hour void of course. We have a 38-hour void of course. But even within the 4, it's almost little over 40%, almost 41% of the time with this void of course, which is about your internal moon, your internal work, your internal energy. Nobody sees what I can see, for back of my eyes there's only me. And there is a call out. There is a call out for all of us to figure out what that is and how are we going to show up. That's the best way to put that. How are we going to show up over these next few days? So it's to have those too long of void of course in these last couple of weeks tells us that we have a real need to pause. Things are coming. We've got Uranus sitting at 29 degrees on Monday, the 7th. It will be moving into Gemini. And in Gemini, it is about experiencing chaos and awakening. And we have the opportunity within the internal battle to do it differently, for the world to do it differently, to demand that we do it differently. So pay attention right now. We don't know if we're spending our time magnifying fears here. Brings us to the places of moving. We need to move past that fear. Really recently, I've been very communicating with the idea and hearing it over and over again. Fear is an unknown. Faith is an unknown. Choose which one you're going to pay attention to. With our moon moving void of course, it will be coming into Libra today, and in Libra we are working on a balance. Libra is that air of justice, and how interesting it is, the placement of justice and balance. And it is working with Venus, and Venus, which is a ruler of that Libra energy, Venus in Taurus, her other rulership, is very strong, and it aligns our values as we prepare for this busy July, getting things put together, moving things through, and watching the deconstruction and the construction of this new go around with spirit. That doesn't mean the old just disappears quietly. It means we must align and demand for what it is we're going to do differently. Your values are going to be very, very important here in July. And then the words that I was hearing today as I was meditating on it are twists and turns, some that have yet never been seen before. And the speed of which they'll be seen is something for you to pay attention to. Oppositions exist in the beginning of our new structure and our new round with faith, and that opposition is to really take a look at what are we carrying into this next evolution of man, and what is it we want to move beyond starting with ourselves and then creating the space in the vision for us all. Meanwhile, as that moon moved into Libra, we again see Venus working with the 29 degrees of that Uranus placement. That is karmic reset. Let's use that energy to truly reset the karma. There is a lot of conversations about the different versions that will come out of that. Where do you wish to be? Like I said, I'm tired. There's a lot of energy moving through. Breaking free is a part of this awakening to what actions may transpire. So pay attention to taking care of yourself, whether you're tired, whether you really need to sit down, perhaps even take the time to certainly visualize, but even write what it is you hope that will come out of this. As we move forward with this Libra energy in the moon, asking us to balance. And the word true in large letters came through, with true discernment around how we need to nurture this expansion in its ebbs and its tides for humanity of emotion. And part of this is by communicating with a bit of flair, who and what we are, and realizing that that's what others are doing and learning to listen. The fifth agreement talks about be skeptical and learn to listen, so that we can make those connections, who we are, experience that, step into our own power, our own values as we create our life, which allows that to be created all around us. Do not be fooled, and this is the word, they wanted to use the word either rather than either. So do not be fooled either into submission nor forced into battle. Hear that again. Either into submission nor forced into battle. A warrior stands with discernment and with intention activates action, will, aura, energy, mind, body, and spirit. It's the intention, and will hold and pause when it's not quite ready what to do. The answer lies within. The answer lies within. One of the things that I've become aware of in conversations and in listening to things is the sky. The sky doesn't think about the clouds, what passes through it. It always remains the sky. You are getting in touch with what is you as you get off that escalator into July. The third is a full day of that void of course. That moon is void of course, therefore it is not in any aspects with any other planet. So really is that deep, intentional energy you live with privately. Again, nobody sees what I can see. Your actions, your energy is what you're tuning into across the third. Pause. It's not about moving forward, starting new things at that point. It's about being the sky, letting the clouds come through and figuring out what the unfolding is going to be. I'm Kitty Foss. I'll be back on the 4th of July. Wishing you rest, peace, find your happy space over these next couple days, and understand what your value is. You are the person your soul sees and values as being. I wish you courage in that journey. Namaste.